We've said it for a long time. The mainstream media takes every opportunity to beat up the administration. How about this? Sunday's headline from the New York Times. It reads thus: turmoil at the National Security Council from the top down. The Washington Post today. Trump friend says Priebus, that would be the president's chief of staff, is in way over his head. Joining us now, Media Research Center President Brent Bozell. I think it's peaking, Brent. I do. And I say that because it's just like the emperor has no clothes. I mean, it's so obviously venomous and contemptuous, and it never, ever stops. I think we, the people, can see through it. What say you?
He's been in office for 1 month.
Yep.
And the media are treating this like this has been a quote-unquote problem that has been enveloping this administration for a year. In fact, no, the wheels aren't coming off, and everyone knows the wheels aren't coming off. So what's going on? This is a press that despises Donald Trump. And this is a left wing. Think about this for a second, Stuart. This is a left wing that has nothing out there to promote. There is nothing out there to advance for the left. All they're left with is attacking the other side. And this is a far left that has no problem whatsoever in going personal. Look how they've gone personal against Kellyanne Conway. Look how they're not going personal against Reince Priebus. They're going to do that about everyone. They have nothing to support, so their only option is to bring down. And that's what they're doing.
Is Kellyanne Conway a friend of yours? Forgive me for asking a personal
question,
but I think you know her very well.
Stuart, she's a friend of mine. She's a good woman, and I will tell you, I have been amazed. I've always known she was good, but I have been amazed at how the media have for 6 months thrown every kind of screwball at her, and yet she's hit everything out of the park. Talk about despising. They despise her as well. So they're making a mountain out of any little molehill. They want to take her down. It's not going to succeed, by the way. I think the more that they attack her, the more the president's going to support her. But I think it really is disgraceful. And yeah, she's a good friend of mine.
I've not seen any polls. I've not seen any public reaction to what's going on in the media. What I'm asking is, the media, is it just going over people's heads? That they're not listening to the establishment media. They're not watching the CBS Evening News and all the rest of it. They're actually tuning in someplace else, and they're thinking opposite to what the media wants them to think.
Oh, yeah, you look at the polls. The polls show that the media, that trust in the media is going down. So for all those people in the press that harp on the low approval ratings of Donald Trump, fine, let's understand something. They are higher than the people reporting on the low approval ratings of Donald Trump.
Does this continue for 4 years? I mean, there's a frenzy of opposition to President Trump in the media. I can't believe that this keeps on going and going and going, surely.
Well, I suspect the administration is going to tell you it's going to continue for 8 years. But what does this tell you, Stuart? They would rather bring the government down to a crashing halt and destroy America's credibility overseas and cause mayhem at a time of very serious international crises. They would rather cause mayhem in America than acknowledge that this president has the right and a mandate from the American people to implement that which he promised to implement when he won the presidency.
For years and years and years, I've been saying to you, Brent, that sooner or later this would come to an end, that the establishment media would see the light, that what America needs is growth and prosperity, and at that point the turning point would come. And I have been wrong for years and years and years. And you're telling me that I'm going to keep on being wrong for years to come.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I'll share in that wrongness with you. I didn't see that after the election, the media's reaction would be that they failed to understand what was going on, which was shorthand for saying very clearly they failed to stop Donald Trump. And now they're going to do everything. They're not going to stop. Everything is focused on derailing Donald Trump through personal attacks.
Okay.
And look, Stuart, you don't have to be a fan or a supporter or even having voted for Donald Trump to know what I'm saying is true.
Okay, got it. Brent Bozell, as always, thank you, sir. We'll see you again soon.
Okay. Thank you, sir.